Good morning, studio artists. I'm your host, Mr. Grayland, coming to you from North High School today. Today we're going to be doing a formative one-point perspective piece, cube, couch, table. Okay, so we're going to learn a little bit about one-point perspective. Now you get three kinds of lines in one-point perspective. You have a line, you can have a horizontal line, which is perpendicular to the horizon line, or parallel to the horizon line, or you can have vertical lines which are perpendicular to the horizon line. Okay? To set up your page inside a one-point perspective, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a ruler. You have to have a ruler to do this. You're going to go corner to corner and then corner to corner, and that's going to give you the exact center of the page. Draw a dot there, and then you're going to do a horizontal. Okay, and this is how we set up our page. This is going to be kind of the easiest way to go. Now, like I said, on the other side, you're going to draw a couch, a table, and a cube. And you can only use vertical lines, horizontal lines, and the last line is orthogonal lines, or lines that go toward the vanishing point. Okay, so let's start with a cube. We're going to keep it easy on ourselves, and we're just going to draw a straight on cube. Now, to make this cube look three-dimensional, I need to draw these orthogonal lines that go back to the vanishing point. So, I take my ruler and I go from corner to vanishing point, and I'm going to do a line on each one of these. Corner to vanishing point. Now, in order to close this cube off, I'm going to do vertical and horizontal lines. So here's a vertical line, and here's a horizontal line. And then all this other stuff, all these other excess lines, I'm going to get rid of those. Okay, and that's a cube. Now, sometimes what happens is people get a little inaccurate with their lines, and they'll just kind of like wing it, but it's going to have a slight angle to it. Okay, now if we go off of just these lines, we don't have a cube anymore. Okay, so you want to make sure that your lines, and I'm going to be looking for this, are vertical, horizontal, or they go back to the vanishing point. Now let's say we want to make a couch. Couch is actually pretty easy, and I'm going to draw it just floating in space here to show you how easy it is. So if I start with kind of this L shape, it's kind of got a thick bottom stroke. Okay. Now if I take these points and go back to the vanishing point, all the corners, you start to see this couch emerge. And actually I'm going to draw this hidden line too. I'm going to draw it really light. Okay? Now this hidden line is actually important because when I do a vertical line here, to close that up, it hits here. But in order to get this line in the right place here, I'm going to do a horizontal line to that part right there, because that's where the vertical line will attach to make the couch. And then same thing with this line down here to show the underside of the couch because it's floating in air. You know, I could draw my a double-decker couch like in the Lego movie. And now if I wanted to make this couch look more realistic, I could add some more lines to it, like the lines for the cushions and the armrests. And from this L shape, we have our couch. The last one that we want to do is a table. And so a table is a rectangle, kind of a long rectangle that goes back into space. So I'm just going to start with a line. Horizontal line. Now I want to add a little bit of thickness to this, so I draw a couple of short little stubby vertical lines there. And now I can draw some vertical legs. And these legs have a little depth too, and those corners go back to, you guessed it, the vanishing point. And then these other legs, they would kind of sit down here, but you wouldn't be able to see them. Okay. Now once you have your 3 objects in here, we want to do some shading as well. So go ahead and think about, like, maybe there's some light coming from this direction. And what would happen is this area, well, the top, since the light is coming from above, the top would be the lightest. The side would be kind of a medium gray. And then the front, or the side that's facing us, would actually become a medium dark gray, because that would be in shadow because it's furthest away from the light. Now this is the other very interesting thing that helps artists figure out how to shade, is actually perspective. So once you understand perspective really well, you can understand size relationships, you can understand shading a lot easier. It becomes a very helpful tool to making everything look a lot more interesting. You don't have to do the best shading job in the world, but just want to continue to practice that skill a little bit on each of these objects. Now this table, this leg, would actually be in shadow here because it's underneath the table. And then on the underside of this floating couch here, that would be the darkest area because that's underneath an object. And then this part would be kind of a medium dark gray. And then the front of the couch that's facing the light, that would be pretty bright. Maybe like a light gray. Now this is complete enough to turn in. Again, what you'll do is you'll submit a picture of your completed cube, couch, and table anywhere in the space. And this will help you get ready for your summative project, which will be a room that you'll develop, and it'll look very cool and three-dimensional. All right. I hope you enjoyed this project, and I can't wait to see your awesome furniture and stuff.